Happy Monday, everybody. So some typography tips and tricks inside of Illustrator if you want to make a poster. I'm going to go to the type tool here. I usually just highlight the text. You can change the font to something else. And sometimes what I would do is copy and paste that. And you can play around with font styles and whatnot. And a really quick area to start modifying your font is to go up into Effect, and you can go to Warp, and you can start warping these things, right? So there are some quick ways you can start having some fun and do some cool things with text if you want. And then even when you're in the warp options, even though you might have picked Wave, you can go and change that to any of them up here. You can also make a path, right? So remember, Illustrator works on paths. So I'm going to make a pen. I'm going to take and make a path here. So if you wanted some text along a wave, I'm going to select this. I'm not going to fill it in. So I just want the path here. So I'm going to go over to the text tool. I'm going to tear this off. If I hover over these things, this is the regular type tool. This is a type area tool. You can play around with all these, but here's the type on path. These are the two that I highlight. This is the regular type tool and the type on a path. If you click this, you just check the path, and then you're like, hey, how are you? And it types it along the path. So that's a key thing for you to know about. You can also take the ellipse tool or any of these shapes and create paths out of them and do the same thing. So if I go to the ellipse and hold down Shift, make that a circle. I'm not going to fill that in. Go to my type on a path tool. Make sure that's selected. There you go. Test on a circle. So if I double click on this, you can see that I could flip this. If I preview it, you can flip it on the inside and outside. So people often ask, how could I put the text inside the circle? You double click on this here, and you can just select flip to put it on the inside if you wanted to. That's how you reverse it. And there's these different effects you can try to the text right inside there if you double click on that. I'm going to move this down here. This is from one of the first lessons. I'm just going to review it. Let's say if you want to modify that text, remember, you can right click on the text and you can create outlines. And now you've changed your text into a shape, and then you can go and start modifying the text that way. That ends that tutorial.